Hello, welcome to Minecraft tutorial, and today we'll be creating rendering effect on Minecraft block using animation node. As you can see, this block starter, a character, or we can call it Steve, come from top, and when you land, the block will explode from outside. So by starting, let's first delete this cube, and I'll show how we are going to arrive to this effect. In my collection on top here, I have a collection of these blocks. So from start, let's find the first cube. First of all, let me disable a bunch of cubes in here. Let me delete all of them. So as you can see, I've just removed this one cube. Let me position it here and enable snapping. Oh, I forgot to turn auto keying off. So from there on, we are going to start creating an array of blocks. I'm not going to use instancer. I just want to use every cube to be a separate object. So I'm going to add array, and I need this to be 15, another 15, and I'll duplicate this array, but this one I need not on 0 but on Y. So I have this block of cubes. Let me position this on top here. So after creating this, I will apply my modifier, apply the first one and apply the last one. Here I'll have one object of cubes, but I need this to be a separate object. I'll select those, always Control A and press P and separate them by loose part. Alright, for a minute. From there, all this cube will be a separate object. So I can select all cube and go to object. From there, set your origin. I want my origin to be on center. Yeah, as you can see, current F cube has a separate origin. But if I undo this, undo, at first, all this cube, their origin position was here. If I select this, its origin position here. If I select this one, its origin position here. So we want to set origin position of each cube to its center of the mass. And I come to set your origin surface. From there on, selector, we can start creating our animation node. Let me delete this. There are a bunch of cubes in here. Let me select them and center them. Here at center. Okay. You should be saving frequent. If your Blender crash at any time, have your backup work. So as we have created blocks into the one collection called blocks, you can see all our selection, all these blocks are into a collection called blocks. So from here, we'll expand to create an animation node. If you are, let's say, let me close this one. We expand like this and come here to animation node, choose animation node. From there you can start a new or a fresh one animation node. I select all this cube and come to properties here. From properties, let me choose animation node is here. Animation node, remove key. I want to set my custom key, so I'll add here a new custom key. I'll call it blocked animation node underscore blocked effect. The data type you can choose to be transformation, text, integer, or float. Mine is transformation, and I'll choose OK. Here I have my ID key, so I select all the blocks, and in here my data, my ID key, I have addon block effect, animation node block effect. I'll choose from current. So what this has done, it has set the initial key location of all this object. From here it has located its scale, its rotation, and its x and y, xyz location. So you can see for all these blocks, it's already set their initial position. So let me open animation nodes here. From here I'll start adding that collection, this collection. So I'll choose, okay, it is Shift A. If you don't want to use Shift A, you can come here. I think there's a place called Add here, but I'll use the shortcut Shift A, and I'll come to here, objects. I'll choose collection, and the collection I choose collection info. Collection info, my collection is this one, blocks. Here I will manage it blocks. From there, after I'll choose another output, matrix output, to display my output. Here, let me turn off snapping. You can connect this one object to this one. You see, all objects have come to center. They've come to their origin position, that is 0, 0, 0. X and Y are 0, 0. But remember that we've set a initial position with our animation node blocked effect. So what we are going to do is come to add a data key, ID keys that we've set earlier. It is Shift A, and we come to object and we add ID key. ID key, let's arrange it here. The ID key that we did was this one, animation node blocks effect. We'll choose this one, and we'll choose this all object into here. From there, we'll choose these matrices to connect to this matrix to display the output. Voila! The object have come to their initial position that we set earlier. You choose off if you connect to see the effect. So how are we going to control the effect of blocks? If a character, let's say a Steve, land here, let me use if a Steve land here. So if Steve land here, we want the blocks to explode or to move on the axis, but coming outside here, coming outside here, coming outside here, coming outside here. When the effect, it's like a force. If a character lands from top to here, then a force will generate, the blocks will move outside here, 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 here. So what we are going to use, we are going to use an offset. So I'll come here and Shift A, come to matrices, add an offset. Here we found our offset. This offset will come and put here in between of object ID and the object output. But what we want, not the scale, not the rotation, but the location. We want to effect the rotation, the location of object, and it is Z location. So if you move, you see, if you move Z, a bunch of blocks will move to Z location. We put it here at 0, and if we move at Y, you see they move on Y axis. We put here, and if we move X, they move on X axis. So on this one, we want to affect the Z location. I want them just to move at 1 unit. So you see, when fall off is off at 0, they all block come to their initial position. When it's 1, they move top just 1 unit on top or on the axis. When it is 0, they move, they are at the initial position. I want this to be at 1. So how are we going to control this fall off? And we want this object, and we don't want to affect all the blocks, but we want to affect only the blocks from center expanding outward. Let's say to this point, let's say no, Shift, I'm using D to draw, let's say to this area, just the blocks inside our circle, not the outside. So we are going to Shift A, come to fall off. At fall off, we are going to use something called the spline. Here it is, spline. So if we connect this fall off to spline, but we don't have a spline here that will control its fall off. So let me do just one shift, put our cursor here at the center that we want our effect to start from, and we are going to add something called curve, and we are going to let's use a sec one. Let me position it at center like this, and move to first frame. So our spline fall off, we've selected our curve, and we'll use a highlighter, and you see the effect has started. And I'll come here to object, display, and it needs to be displayed always in front. Area to scale the x-axis in X-ray, now it is in front. So I want to have a control to see it even if it's underneath the other object. So if you see, if we scale this, see the effect starts happening. If we scale, you see the effect starts happening. If you scale down, you know the landing is just a matter of even half a second, so we want it to happen faster. So if it was here, we want to pop, when the effect will pop, and pop, and disappear, the object can go to their initial position. So how are we going to attain this? Okay, let's first move to frame 1. On frame 1, here I need our scale to be 0. Scale to be 0, and maybe down a little bit here. We'll add a keyframe of location and scale. Because it's a quick, we are using 24 frames per second, and we want our effect to happen on half a second, so it will be 12 frames. So on 12 frames here, our effect, we want it to be outward. As you can see, we are not seeing effect of one scale, so we come here and choose a scale to 1, and move it to ZD here. ZD. But 1 is not enough, so here we are going to keep expanding here. Let me turn on off annotation. I see they are distracting here. So you see, on here we'll put your next keyframe that is on location and rotation. If we play, boom, 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 boom. But here, you see, choose it. Okay. Okay, boom, boom. You see our effect that we already created our effect. So I don't want them to be linear, the interpolation to be linear. Let's choose, you can choose a different kind of interpolation from elastic bouncing back. Let's no, the effect is not confusing, so let's choose linear. Okay, what I'll use an seasonal sinusoidal. It's called sinusoidal. It's like a linear, but what I want to have a effect of controlling the easing and outing. So here is in, here is out. Pop, 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 pop. So what if we turn? I don't want a linear. You know, when the explosion at the end, it start to fade out slow, so it's not is linear. So what we can use here, we can use interpolation. Don't have interpolation. Let's use from curve, and then you can choose here on where offset fall off when interpolated. I want something like that. You see, it's not a linear. It starts quickly, and end slow at the end. Even here we can put something. Let me do it this way. No. You see? So just this is the animation node, the node that we are using to have this kind of effect. So this one you combine with a spline, what is called a curve, and then you'll have the same effect. So from there on, I want to have something on my curve. I need more control, so I'll set to location, and this one don't need one, so GZ selected. Oh no, GZ. You know, when this curve moved from down here to here, I want it to be faster, not starting slow or ending slow. So I can select this one and put to vector. You see some kind of linear, and but when it's end, I need it to start slow and end faster. So G8. You can see frame. Okay, so it's like this one. And you can add some effect when like dust here or smoke when they come out. You can add an effect of a dust. I remember I saw a short move of Warlord Minecraft. They use the same effect when the Steve, I don't know what the character, one of Warlord, when he landed here, the effect started exploding, the block started exploding, and smoke like a dust came out. So it's poop. And on this scale, let me turn off, and on scale we can add some effect, so we don't need to be linear one scale, because when it's starting, it's start faster and end slow. So on starting, I don't want it to be easing in, I want it to be on vector, so it start faster, pop and then slow, pop and then slow. And here I can choose all G8. So this is our effect of our Minecraft blending effect, starting from here at the center and blocks exploding outward. Just see they move topward on Z axis, and we can add more effect in. Let's say move it to go to animation node, and let me enable rotation. What we need, it's, let's say, X rotation. We can put X rotation. You see, Y rotation, but I don't want all of them. Oh, we can even put a scale. Let's say put it to 0. See how they react, but it's not the effect that we want. So this is what we want. And thank you for listening, and stay tuned to another animation tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notification bell. Bye.